name is Nathan Snyder, and I'll be talking about obesity in America today. Can we pan on my audience really quick? We got Isaac Thomas, Ryan Schromick, and the man, the myth, the legend, APK Dubs. So today, did you know that 2 in 5 adults in America are obese? That's according to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. This is a shocking reminder of the health and dietary status of the American populace. I have done extensive research on this subject. I've written multiple papers in high school and a couple in college over this subject. And I'll be going over the obesity rates in America as well as other countries and how we can make the U.S. healthier. So why don't we get into that with the obesity rates in America going by state. So here we go. Here's the states right here. We got the highest right here is Arkansas, 35.9%, and the lowest would be 21.3% in Colorado. Overall, it's red all over except for Colorado and Maryland, I believe. That's what that is. The average overweight, 30% of adults in America are overweight, and 42% of Americans are obese. And of that 42%, 9.2 are severely obese. That was also from the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive Diseases. Now, even worse than the adults having all these health problems are the kids. The kids have approximately 19.7% of youth are obese. Got that from the same place. But it's just it just shows that even our youth are getting bad diets and are brought up to having bad, just eating poorly and not getting enough exercise. Now we're gonna go into the percentages of other countries, not just ours, and compare them to each other. So these are basic rates of other countries. We got Egypt at the highest, all the way up here at about 45%. We got the U.S. at about 42%. Other major countries are like UK, which I believe is around 24%. Italy at 15%. But Vietnam actually has the lowest at 2%, which is amazing. It could be they have a lower populace than a lot of countries and a lower GDP, so that could easily account for that. But the world average obesity rate is at about 12.5%, which with major companies, like I said, UK at 24% and Japan at 4.3%. Those are according to worldobesity.org. Now we're going to be moving on to America's culture and really looking into why we're like this. Big part of America's culture is fast food. American food culture has a large number of processed foods. Most of our food is processed in America, which is just not great in general. And if you look at these countries with lower percentages, most of their diet is whole grains, fruit, vegetables. They really just have better diets than the average American. And fast food is also a major part of our culture. But in other countries, it's just really not. They more focus on home-cooked meals and making good, nutritious meals at the end of the night. And now we're going to go on to serving sizes of other countries versus America. America just has ginormous serving sizes. This is Japan. They have very small serving sizes compared to the U.S. So we got 1,200 for a large versus 650 milliliters. Same thing, the Japan large is a little bit bigger than the USA small, which liquid calories are also a large part of why America is obese currently, because the portions that we're eating is just absurd. Our sugar intake is about 75 pounds of sugar per year. if you want to visualize that as a toilet is about 75 pounds, average medium-sized dog like a husky, or even a kangaroo, that's how much sugar we're eating per day, per year, and that's about the same for seed oils. Seed oils is 70 pounds, so same general visualization, but that's from the Department of Agriculture. And here's the amount of soda we're drinking per year. It's about 40 gallons per year, or 77 2 liters of Coke. That's a lot. Now, one great way to reduce your calories per year is to just cut out soda. You can either just go down, slowly decrease your appetite for it by drinking a couple and just drinking 1 can per day, or drinking a little bit per day, and that will greatly bring down your sugar intake and your calorie intake. Now we're going to go on to great ways to reduce that calorie intake, sugar intake, and overall just make you healthier. We've seen all these different countries and percentages, and you can blame the country all you want and the culture, but at the end of the day, it's each person. Now, this is not helped by the culture that you're in, because American culture, you're surrounded by all this food and all these areas where you can get easy food, and a lot of times food that's easy to make or easier to get is actually cheaper than food that's better for you. So, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. Can we pan back to our audience really quick? Yeah, Isaac Thomas, Ryan Strong, and APK Dubs. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to eat less, but you can eat the same amount of, but less calorie dense foods like rice, green vegetables, fruits and vegetables. So a great thing is just adding rice to your meals. It'll really fill you up. Adding rice to just having rice, ground beef, and eggs, great meal, and it fills you up, tastes great, a lot of protein. Other easy fixes would be changing your outlooks on exercising, just as a populace. This could be, you could just start easy by going on walks, going on runs, or even getting a gym membership. With either of these, eating healthier or starting exercising, with both ways, you can start small by just walking and slowly making your way up to either running or going to the gym or doing other things like that. But with food, you can slowly just start by making one good meal a day, or you could start and then slowly ramping it up. But as long as you eventually get to that point is what matters. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it in one day with one big change. You can slowly ramp it up by reducing soda intake and increasing water, or you can slowly start making healthier and healthier foods. But at the end of the day, you don't have to do it all at once, and all you have to do is try. And to conclude, it's very hard to change an entire culture, but if you start with you, then you can get it done. And I believe we can fix it, and I believe you can do it. Can we pan to our audience one more time? We got Isaac Thomas, Ryan Schraman, and APK Dubs. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.